Okay, we're back. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are back. We are back because we want to read what Martha Stewart's husband, ex-husband, said about their relationship on the documentary. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. Leave a comment, share the video, clip the video. He said, let's see. Okay, so the headline reads, let me save it. The headline reads, Martha Stewart's ex-husband slams her for bringing up their dramatic marriage in her doc. It says, let me put it this way. Okay. It says, hello, FB family. Oh, he's on Facebook. This is my first and will be my only public comment on this subject. Since I'm not active on any other social media platform, this is the only place I'm sharing this. As some of you may know, my husband, this is Shayla Stewart. My husband is Andrew Stewart, brilliant publisher, avocational naturalist, and nature photographer, and one of the gentlest, most soft-spoken, kind-hearted men I've ever known. Well, she had a different dining experience, bitch. Girl, you done already pissed me off. No one was more surprised than we when, after being introduced as colleagues for more than 12 years ago, our connection blossomed into a deep, everlasting love. With our shared devotion to the earth and to our families at the center, Andy and I have built a life of beauty, meaning, productivity, and purpose infused with true love, which we share as fully as we can with our beautiful blended family of 5 amazing adult children, 3 adorable grandchildren, our extended family, and many cherished friends. Prior to this happy chapter in his life, Andy had some dark ones, including painful and abusive marriage to Martha, as in Martha Stewart, which ended almost 40 years ago. While Andy quietly moved on and forward with his life, it appears Martha continues to publicly relegate the marriage. What? What does it say? Relitigate the marriage, including comments in the sensationalized trailer for the upcoming documentary on Netflix. The juxtaposition of Andy's early life and joy filled, purpose led, loving marriage we live today is striking. Every day, we openly express our gratitude for our love and for our life together. We both wish everyone, including Martha herself, the experience of loving and being loved deeply and fully, and the peace that comes with such love. Martha is 83 years old and she doesn't give a fuck.
But keep my husband out of it.
She doesn't. And if one thing you saw in her documentary, she does not give a fuck. She doesn't. It's like, but when she said she wanted to burn the house down and hope her own plane crash, I was like, girl, no. You hope his fucking plane crash. Don't hope your plane crashes. Girl, absolutely not. It doesn't seem like he was mad to me. Why'd the wife come out? Why'd the wife come out? That was not his page. That was not him. This headline is wrong. Martha Stewart's ex-husband slams her. No, ex-husband's wife. She's throwing dicks, honey. He didn't say a damn word. It's not the new wife's place to speak on a marriage she wasn't a part of. Right, exactly. Like, that's the thing. Like, girl, you had a different experience. She had a different experience. You might have caught him now that you have to make him Viagra smoothies. Now you caught him where he's cool now. Martha had a friend stay there and he started messing with the girl. Is this the girl? I don't know if this is her, but Martha had somebody staying in the back house and he started messing with the girl when Martha was out of town. So what's his name? Jimmy? Not Jimmy Stewart. What's his name? Andy. Andy didn't have nothing to say. Rashida Jones remembers her late father, Quincy Jones, a giant, a icon, a culture shifter. My dad was nocturnal his whole adult life. He kept jazz hours starting in high school and never looked back. When I was little, I would wake up in the middle of the night to search for him. Undoubtedly, he would be somewhere in the house composing old school with a pen and sheet music. He would never send me back to bed. He would smile and bring me into his arms while he continued to work. There was no safer place in the world for me. He was a giant, a icon, a culture shifter, a genius. All accurate descriptions of my father, but his music and all his work was a channel for his love. He was love. He made everyone he ever met feel loved and seen. That's his legacy. I was fortunate enough to experience this love in close proximity. I will miss his hugs and kisses and unconditional devotion and advice. Daddy, it was an honor to be your daughter. Your love lives forever. What's those are nice words. Wonderful. Beautiful words for her daddy. Oh, that was sweet. She gave such a beautiful tribute to her father. Yeah, that was nice. Nice words. Nice words. All right. Yeah, this is DDG defends Halle Bailey says she could be going through something mentally after giving birth. Well, if you knew that she was going through something mentally, you wouldn't take her child into an extremely unpredictable, vulnerable environment that can possibly lead to him being harmed. So this is bullshit. That's what I say. Listen to what he says. Listen, you want to hear some bullshit? Listen.
People hate on Halle. I don't care if people think she's wrong or not, or I think
Why
she
would people
wrong
think
or
she's
right.
wrong for wanting to protect her child and you
She
took him
could be
into an
going through something
unpredictable
mentally after having a
girl?
kid that I can't.
I don't even want to listen to dumb goofy, but that's your baby daddy, girl. That's your baby daddy. That's it's literal gaslighting. If you understand, I mentioned on the other video, if you understand what she's going through, there's no reason why you would have taken her child into a goddamn trap house. Shout out to Rodney, because that's exactly what the fuck was going on over there. Drugs, guns, bombs, people blowing up shit, fireworks and shit. No, girl, people SWAT running up in the house. No, absolutely not. Let's just listen to what he said, girl.
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
Don't like what people do. I don't like when people hate on Halle. I don't care if people think she wrong or not, or if I think she wrong or right. She could be going through something mentally after having a kid that I can't understand as a man. So when situations like this happen, I try to handle it with as much grace as possible because Halo needs her. You know, I need her. We need each other to create a childhood that's safe and fun and memorable for him.
Safe.
And Halo is the biggest blessing in my life.
Not
Like
at Kaisenat's house.
I don't know. Like I don't remember what life was like before Halo, and I wouldn't have him if it wasn't for Halle. And for that reason alone, like I got unconditional love and respect for her that nobody can really change. And y'all gotta understand we going through a very different transition right now. We only been parents for 10 months. I don't like what people do. I don't like.
As a woman experiencing severe postpartum, there are boundaries that I wish would to be respected. Nobody knows what someone is going through until they snap. Y'all better leave these women and their children alone. I'm telling you. Playing like that, playing with the kid at Kaisenat's house, that's the wrong house to be. If he cared about her peace, he would stop speaking on her publicly and stop using that baby for clout. I do respect him for saying this and speaking up for her. Many would have just let it rock. Most people hate him. I think dude is decent. This was very mature. And the fact that they can just say anything. What did I tell you? Y'all did that with Jeezy. These niggas can just speak with an even killed voice and it's a wrap for y'all. Y'all just he's so mature. No, a mature person would not have taken a 10-month-old into a home that is frequented by SWAT. That's what a mature person would have done. Not your girl, not your place. I see why they say you're always on a clout chase. We haven't forgot the song that he wrote about her, about being jealous, about wanting to ruin her career, about all the things. I hope no bags are stopping for her because, ugh. But looks like some paperwork is going to have to be filed to determine how much where Halo can be on social media because it doesn't seem like the father gives a shit. Essence Atkins.
Talked about being abstinent.
Yeah, it's almost 4 years.
It's almost 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years, but how's it going?
What I have found is that I have tremendous clarity.
Okay.
So when I meet someone, because I'm not distracted by the possibility,
Right.
I can really kind of assess and listen with much better ears than I could have when I was just like kind of looking at how attractive the other person is.
Okay.
You know,
Can you speak in English? Because I ain't understanding nothing.
Listen, you can spot the inconsistency in someone much easier without the distraction of physical touch.
Okay, but then this is what I gotta say. If you don't put oil on that rusty gate, it's gonna fall off.
I'll let you.
The oil doesn't have to be sperm, you stupid ass. Sorry. The oil doesn't have to be sperm. I think a lot of that is a performance. Because the fact that, girl.
No, when it finally happens.
Okay,
I'll let you
thank
know.
you. Thank you. You talked about being.
So it says highest level of protection mentally, physically, and emotionally. It's not as hard as people think. I want to read some of these comments. I would rather be abstinent than wasting my goods on someone who could waste my time. Sherry Bye, she's doing the right thing. A lot of these people aren't even worth sharing your body with. Who is Sherry hunching? 8 years, and it was for the best for me. 4 years for me, mind over matter. I don't mind, so it doesn't matter. Can't believe she sat there and allowed that woman to try to make her feel some type of way for closing her legs until she finds the right one. Trust me, ladies, it don't rust not one bit if you let it sit and be protected. If anything, it gets better. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely true. I'm not celibate, but I haven't had anything in over a year, but I definitely cut men off quicker, and because I'm so happy I never did anything with them. Exactly. It's not abstinence, it's celibacy. There's a difference. Either one, abstinent, not having sex, celibate, never going to have sex again, whatever it is, you're not coming in contact. One of them means that you're not having orgasms or whatever, or not actually self-pleasuring, which would be ridiculous. Don't stop self-pleasuring. Like, that's self-improvement and a way to manifest also, because that is creative energy, right? To manifest, right? The creative energy is all in you, baby. All in you. All in you. And when you are just fucking and 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 fucking, you're wasting that creative life force. When men just keep ejaculating, they're useless. Useless. No self-discipline, no self-control. They just need to ejaculate every single day. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, it helps. What do they say? It helps the prostate. Whatever, nigga. Have some goddamn self-control. You can't even, like Scrappy, he can't even have a threesome without putting a condom on, which is crazy as hell. Abstain. Abstain, being celibate, however way you're putting it, however way. Coming in contact, and then y'all acting like you can't come in contact, like you must have a dick up your ass. You must have it. I don't get it. And I've always been like that. This is before everything. I've always looked at people who were preoccupied with sex, men who were just always want to talk about sex. Everything is a fucking innuendo. I cannot stand to see them fucking chefs on Instagram and YouTube not wearing any clothes. It's like, put some fucking clothes on. Don't nobody give a fuck about your muscles. Like, girl, this thing, everything has to have sex in it. Sex and sex and sex and sex. Girl, shut up. Shut up.
But we don't care.
Then y'all acting like, oh, I can't, I have to have my sex drive. Girl, it's not worth it. Have you seen the niggas? They dangerous as fuck. They dangerous. And you want to be laying down in the most vulnerable state with the most dangerous person to you is a fucking man. Sorry. Abstinent for 3 years, and I love that for her as well. Hell, I'm a virgin all over again because it's been 11 years for me. In 8 months, I'm 8 months in. Best thing I never knew I needed. I feel more in tune with myself and feel so empowered because he is literally extracting your life force. creating spells, calling somebody's name while you're when you're manifesting, girl. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Absolutely not. December will make 6 years and I have no end in sight. Happy as I've ever been. When you ask God for something, He will remove anything sent to ruin it. I agree. I did it for 2 years. I'm starting my journey again. This ain't a new thing or all that difficult to do when you have another level of focus and purpose. Right. A lot of y'all are so distracted by dick that you're like not even focused on whatever else is going on around you. Let me read you. I think it's an opportunity to read you some notes that I have on celibacy and abstinence. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me just type in celibacy. Celibate. Okay, let's read some notes I have. Statistics on women practicing celibacy and abstinence. Okay, we got a good time. Prevalence. Studies indicate that approximately 20 to 30% of women report practicing celibacy and abstinence at some point in their lives, often for personal, spiritual, and health reasons. Younger women, particularly in their late teens and early 20s, tend to report higher rates of abstinence, often linked to education and personal values. Culturally, societal and cultural factors play a significant role, with some studies showing that women from more conservative backgrounds are likely to practice celibacy. I feel like that's a lie. I feel like they fucking all that conservative acting like, oh, right. Like I said the other day, how these people uphold the patrix, white, cis male, hetero, and then in parentheses I put, but we still know y'all fuck men. Like all the shit. Like, let me keep reading. um Growing number of women choose abstinence for health related reasons, including mental well-being and avoidance of sexually transmitted infections. Y'all be loud in the comments talking about the men are getting it from the men, but y'all still fucking the men. So what is that? What does that do anything? If you hate that the men are fucking the men, why do you keep fucking the men? You just hope the one that you fucking not fucking men? Is that what it is? Because I don't understand that rationale. Every time I see that in the comments, I'm like, what does that mean? Because when we talk about the HIV rates, it's women in heterosexual relationships, right? Contracting this virus at an alarming rate, right? But then when you say the men are having sex with other women, y'all say they're not. You're saying that they're having sex with other men. So then why do you continue to have sex with men? If you don't want to have sex with men who have sex with men, then stop having sex with men. But no, y'all can't do that. A lot of y'all act like literally act like you cannot have a dick. And I'm not talking to sex workers. I'm not talking to sex workers. I'm talking about the ones who you just fucking, and then you just need to have a nigga in between your legs sweating on you. I've always attributed to me being a Virgo. Like I'm a Virgo, the virgin. I have always been so annoyed with people who are preoccupied with sex. And at the same time, I have no problem talking about it. I'm not a prude or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying? But just everything got to be an innuendo. Everything you got to conflate sex with everything. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You don't have nothing else to talk about? Like Chad and fucking that thick tongue Shay over there, girl. Y'all don't have nothing else to talk about. Every time these niggas show up on the fucking blogs, they're talking about everything below their waist. Everything below their waist, money or fucking. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. They don't talk about nothing else. Nothing is coming from a heart space. They're operating from their lower chakras. They dick and they wallets. That's it. And then you let these people in between your legs and they're just extracting from you. And then in the creative part of sex, you're exchanging that life force with somebody that doesn't even fucking deserve it. And you know they don't deserve it. And at the end of it, like I said, I'm not talking to the sex workers. Y'all not even getting paid for Y'all not even getting paid for it. They have you literally operating in a way like, I'm not going to even get compensated for this, because what are you getting from it, from that person? Nothing. What are you getting from it? Girl, intimacy, is that what it is? These niggas be intimate with y'all? That's cute. Maybe that's what it is. Y'all want to be hugged after. Benefits of celibacy: enhance personal growth, allows for self-discovery and personal development without the distraction of romantic relationships. It's literally a distraction. For it becomes boy crazy, girl crazy, like literally becomes a distraction. And for so many men, that's all they're focused on. And some women, y'all be in the comments talking about, I have a high sex drive. Improved mental health can lead to decreased stress and anxiety related to dating and relationships, fostering emotional stability. Focus on goals provides more time and energy to pursue personal, educational, and professional aspirations. Girl, ain't nobody, because they've already programmed you that once you get connected to one of them, you actually prioritize them over yourself. So what else fails? Everything else around you fails or suffers or is compromised now, because you're multitasking and not putting the attention on other things that will actually benefit your life, that will actually benefit your life, that will actually benefit your life. Okay, I have to pull a Umar on you. I have to pull a little NLP trick on you. Ooh, girl, they talking about tongues and cultish. Girl, let me put the reefer down for a second. They're talking about tongues, speaking in tongues, and where it comes from. It says, girl, this was very interesting. Hold on, let me get to it. I was like, oh, I want to read this to y'all. Let's see. Okay, it says right here, this is what other scientists show, that speaking in tongues just plain feels good. Okay, so it's called, I couldn't pronounce this word, so in my head I was just saying it, but it's glossolalia. Glossolalia. Let me look it up. Glossolalia. Oh, oh,
Glossolalia.
oh! I said it right. I was in my head. I was like, I felt like I was saying Glossier. Girl, I felt like I was saying like that. But that is speaking in tongues. That's the I guess the academic term for speaking in tongues. Glossolalia. Listen.
Glossolalia.
Okay. Speaking in tongues. So it says it's a faith-based practice, so one can't say in any scientific way what it really is, but it's clear that glossolalia does. The primary function of glossolalia is group solidarity, explains DeLacy. The person demonstrating that they are a part of a group. Other science shows that speaking in tongues just plain feels good. It's the linguistic equivalent of shaking your body around as a way to let loose. A 2011 report from the American Journal of Human Biology found that glossolalia was associated with reduced cortisol and elevated alpha amylase enzyme activity, two typical signs of stress reduction. Isn't that amazing? It says what researchers like DeLacy have found is that the words a glossolalia speaker produces aren't actually all that foreign. They're not words you'd find in a dictionary, but they do tend to follow the same phonetic and phonological rules as the orator's native tongue. So you wouldn't be likely to hear an English speaking glossolalia start a word with a consonant cluster DL, since it doesn't exist in the English language. So when you speak it in tongues, you are only going to speak it that will sound like the language that you already know. But what about people who speak multiple languages? Right? So you'll never hear a Bulgarian glossolalia speaker use the American R. And a glossolalia from Yorkshire wouldn't suddenly drop every last feature of their North English lilt while speaking in tongues. It has also been found to lower inhibitions and increase self confidence, which is a side effect of religious chanting, too. A small 2019 study out of Hong Kong found that when compared to non religious chanting in resting states, Buddhist chanting generated brain and heart activity associated with a lack of self consciousness and a feeling of transcendent bliss. Transcendent bliss. In a vacuum, there is technically nothing dangerous about glossolalia, but in practice, it has a sinister side. In the mid 1970s, John P. Kildall, a psychologist and author of The Psychology of Speaking in Tongues, observed that glossolalia seemed to provoke greater intensity of faith. This was especially true when a person's first time speaking in tongues occurred right after a period of intense personal trauma, which Gladale found quite often to be the case. When someone debuted a glossolalia episode, followed an earth shattering life change that frequently formed a sense of dependence on the experience, almost as a reason for one's being, said Kildale. This is to say, glossolalia can provoke a potent conversion event. This book is good. In the end, glossolalia is a powerful emotional instrument and ultimately form of loaded language, and some religious higher ups absolutely take advantage. The Way International, a violent and controlling evangelical Christian group, is famous for teaching its member that every true believer can and should speak in tongues, as it's the only visible and audible proof that man has been born again. One anonymous X-Way member recalled a traumatic glossolalia experience from her childhood for a blog, Yes and Yes. When I was 12, I was required to speak in tongues in front of everyone, and I was so shy I couldn't do it, she said. The man hosting the class put his face very close to mine and essentially bullied me into speaking in tongues. The girl's parents watched the interaction unfold from across the room, benumbed by cognitive dissonance. I was crying, she continued. The man was inches from my face, using the language of love in the most terrifying, bullying way. Oh my God. Say you're a child like this Way International survivor was, or one of Jesus Camp's kids who grew up in an oppressive religious environment and only ever knew its language. You think these young kids would be doomed if brainwashing for real were for real for anyone. It would have to be impressionable kids. But the truth is that it's still quite possible to develop a sense of doubt, even when you're very small and lack access to permission to describe it. Baby, I used to be questioning like this don't even make sense. I'm not the one. I am not the one to be girl what? But if you're raised in it, like she said, it's always going to be somebody to be like, this don't sound right to me. This don't sound right. This book is pretty good, Cultish. But y'all want to get back to celibacy real quick? Stronger boundaries encourages the development of healthy boundaries and self-respect, leading to more meaningful relationships. So y'all can get down in the comments if you are practicing celibacy or you've been abstinent. Get down in the comments, say how long you've been abstinent, and say what it's done. Have you noticed a difference? Or are you just like, whatever, it means nothing to me, but I haven't really noticed a difference in my life? Are you focused more? Or does it allow you to create healthier boundaries? What else? Has it improved your mental health? Has it enhanced your personal growth? Have you been able to like literally focus on things that are important to you and prioritize things that are important to you? So let me know. Let's get down in the comments. I think that would be a great conversation. Let me know what benefits you found and then how it's impacted your life. I think that's really good. And I think more women now, with things happening in the world, I think more women should like look to actively step away from being in that close proximity with men, because at the end of the day, there, when you listen to the way that they speak, they actually are not, the way that you think you're connecting with them is not really what's happening. from their end. So it's almost like you're just wasting energy. And it's like, where is it going? It's going to, you're giving your energy to something that is actually undeserving. So keep your energy, protect your energy, and literally focus on you. And like Angela said, when we we're talking about David Banner, not having kids, he's 50 years old, no kids, no baby mamas, nothing. And people, he said that people are like giving him a hard time. There are some groups of people who will say because he's 50 years old with no children, he must be gay. When in actuality, it's really showing some self-control and some discipline. I don't know if does David Banner have kids? I don't know. He said no kids. So so let me know if you what what your experience is. That's what I have on celibacy. So how long have we been? All right, so that was a good conversation on celibacy and abstinence, because I had been wanting to have a conversation, because I do want people to feel okay with not feeling pressured to be having sex. Like it's not, you don't have to do it. And then what comes with the other things that come with it, like the person that you actually have to deal with outside of the dick, right? There's an actual person attached to that dick. And so you're like dealing with that dumbass person. Like, you're probably smarter than him anyway. Like, and girl, what the fuck is he talking about? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then all that extra stuff that comes with it, right? Just saying. I'm just saying. We stayed on Jasmine Brand. Jasmine Brand has really been giving the girls stuff to talk about. I haven't had to go to any other blogs. Let's see. Let's go to the Hollywood Unlock. Oh no, the Neighborhood Talk. Congrats, Kendrick Lamar scores multiple Grammy nominations for Not Like Us, a song about a pedophile in an industry full of them. Isn't that crazy? That shit is crazy as fuck. Let's see. Ted Cruz's daughter goes viral for savage reaction to her father praising DT.
Elected as president of the United States. That Donald Trump will be reelected as president of the United States.
Her face was like this. Her face was like, whatever. Ugh. I don't blame her. But you got to step up there. Glorilla says she keeps her braids in for months because she's tender headed. Her hair is long. Let's see what else is happening. Girl, I'm not talking about that little girl. That doesn't even make sense. Lamar Odom reportedly buys a Khloe Kardashian lookalike sex doll. Oh my God.
Don't try me. Did you just accuse me? I have never done drugs a day in my life. Are you kidding me?
These niggas are weird. Well, better the sex doll than Khloe. But that's weird. According to TMZ, Lamar Odom has crashed out on a custom sex doll, which he reportedly made look like his ex, Khloe Kardashian. The news publication reports that Odom was spotted at Real Dolls Las Vegas facilities on Tuesday, where he walked around and got to take a look at some of the custom dolls they had to offer. Better the dolls than you, right? That will help, because the girls are being abstinent and celibate, right? Did we just get finished talking about that? So they're going to have to go get the dolls. Remember I told you? They're going to have to get the dolls. They're going to have to get the AI. They're going to have to get the virtual reality. They're going to have to get the robots. Let them have them, please. When I tell you the stress level will go away, like, please let them get the dolls, honey. But it's weird that it's weird. Lamar's manager, Gina Rodriguez, spoke to TMZ about his new purchase and said that Lamar first heard about the dolls in a news article and knew instantly he needed to get one for himself. Lamar reportedly was in Vegas for his birthday and thought it would be a best time to purchase a doll. TMZ says Real Doll cut the former NBA star a deal on his new custom lady. Sources indicate that Lamar stated he wanted the doll with nice curve and base on the face of his ex-wife, Khloe Kardashian. These niggas are weird. They will literally fumble you and then stalk you forever. Restraining order immediately. My boy back on that shit again, I see. Chloe, get a gun, girl. A man will have you, fumble you, and then proceed to act like a weirdo towards you for the rest of his life. This is cringe. We didn't need to know this clearly. We didn't need to know this. Clearly he wanted her though. A sick Negro. Girl, this is crazy. I gotta go. That was weird. Lamar Odom is weird. I used to root for Lamar, but no, nigga, you are a weirdo. Just like the rest of them. You can't root for them too long and out in the open because, girl, they will fucking make you regret the shit. Anyways, release his ass back to the community. Let them go get the dolls and the robots and the virtual adult films. Let them go get it, honey. It'll save you some time and money and headaches. Go out and make friends, get a hobby or something, focus on yourself. Put it all here. Go in the mirror, say, girl, I love you, girl. Do it for yourself. Sing the love song to yourself. Anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy. Have a wonderful Friday. And I guess I don't know if I'm gonna come back and do New York. I gotta watch New York, but maybe I'll come back tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy.